Forget everything you've been told about traditional trading strategies, because today I'm breaking down two of the most powerful price action tools, fair value gaps and order blocks. Most traders don't even understand the real difference between them. But right at the end of this video, not only will you understand how both work, you'll also come to know exactly which one gives you the best edge in the markets. And trust me, you won't find this breakdown anywhere else. Here's what exactly you will learn in this trading tutorial: the essential but often misunderstood concepts behind using fair value gaps and order blocks. A step-by-step guide to identifying high probability setups using both tools. And finally, I'll reveal my personal preference between the two and the smart logic behind my choice. If that sounds valuable to you, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. There is a clear bearish market structure. This impulsive downward push is caused due to the significant imbalance between the trades of buyers and sellers in the market. However, only fair value gaps have the power to identify that imbalance between the supply and demand. The fair value gap is actually this area between the wick of 3 consecutive candles. Now, interestingly, fair value gaps can appear on the chart in different numbers as well as sizes within a single movement of the price. Each fair value gap has its own approach in order to be identified by the trader. I have my own approach of finding FVGs. So let us understand this price action concept with the help of these examples. And third one is my personal favorite. In our first case, a small fair value gap is observed near swing low. Now we will enter in a trade, keeping in view that we get good risk-reward ratio. We will set our entry at this FVG zone and target will be set at closing of these candles. In this way, we will set our stop loss right below swing low and take profit at recent swing high. Even in bad circumstances, there is a high probability that price will hit its target. Now this is an ideal trading setup without those useless indicators. Now there is a quite bigger fair value gap area in our second illustration. Actually, we have got a slight problem in this scenario, as there is a high chance of getting stopped out if we enter in the middle of fair value gap. We always look for trades that offer us more than 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, but in this case, our risk-to-reward ratio isn't quite favorable. Now the question is, what exactly should we react in this situation? We will actually wait for the price to enter this fair value zone, and then we will switch to a lower time frame to find some better entry points at better price. While we would be surfing at lower time frames, we would see some sort of corrections going downward. In this scenario, we will look for the price to show any sort of rejection before marking our entry position. Now in our third and probably final example, we will observe more than one fair value gap in just a single impulsive move. Now, new traders will definitely get confused while selecting the right fair value gap. In this scenario, it is advisable to wait for the price to enter in these zones before looking for a buying opportunity. However, we will be focusing on only these two fair value gaps. You definitely have thought why we are not focusing on first gap. Now listen carefully. If we somehow apply our retracement tool while considering the start and end of the latest impulsive move, then we will observe that these two areas are below the 50% level, which we call discount zone, while third gap is above 50% level, known as premium zone. This is why we ignored first fair value gap as it lie in premium zone. Now again, there would be a question in the minds of a newbie, that why we will only trade in discount zone. Well, one key reason for doing so is that market tends to eliminate early buyers. However, more safer approach is to wait for the price to enter discount zone before taking the entry position. This will increase our chances to grab some profits from the market without being trapped by liquidity. FVGs are powerful, but they're not always reliable alone. That's where order blocks come in. Let me explain why this second tool might give you even more precision. And remember, at the end of this video, I'll tell you which one I actually use. And it's not just based on theory, it's based on what gets results. Now let's clear the concepts of order block. So we will try to understand how to identify high probability order blocks on any chart. As soon as FVG is formed, we will mark that candle which causes imbalance as an order block. Experts believe that major market momentum decisions are made during this candle. Just like FVGs that we studied above, whenever price gives a pullback to these type of areas, then there is a higher probability that price may fail, rejection resulting in a greater trading opportunity. These order blocks also come in various shapes and sizes. Whenever we spot a small order block, then we should add some more space to these key areas. You can also place a buy limit order right here because rejection from these type of boxes is not mandatory. So be a realistic trader whenever placing limits as well as entries. However, If we have large order blocks, then we should switch to a lower time frame in order to find confirmation and to spot an entry position at a better price, which ensure a better risk to reward ratio. Through my personal backtest results of fair value gap and order blocks on different types of pairs, I came to a conclusion that these price action tools perform reasonably well when they follow following conditions. So here are these 3 set of rules for highlighting high probability setups while using fair value gap and order block combined. Number 1. Keep aligned with market direction. When we are analyzing the price charts, then identifying the direction of the market is usually our first step. Here we want to highlight the market trend in order to determine who exactly is controlling the market, either buyers or sellers, because we would always love to trade in alliance with whoever bossing the market. So we always get a rock-solid entry point whenever order blocks and FVGs align with the trend of the market. When market is clearly trending upward or downward, then it is quite easier to spot swing highs and lows. However, here is a pro tip. Whenever you find it hard that what is the nature of the market, either trending or consolidating, then always move towards next chart. Number 2, break of structure. A structure breaks whenever price breaks its previous level held. So what exactly is its importance in price action? Actually, it is a sign of trend continuation created by the impulsive move, which results in a breakout. However, we can take entry on a trade when we highlight points where momentum is building and after combining break of structure with FVGs and order blocks. Number 3, collection of liquidity. Normally, we see support and resistance areas as liquidity levels whenever we are looking at the price charts. Now here's the question, why we have to identify liquidity zones at all. Price movements that you see on the chart are widely influenced by seeing the market. This happens because market always try to hunt liquidity areas, and if liquidity is recently swept, then market tends to move away from it. If want to get confirmation that where this price is going to move, then we have to highlight liquidity before an order block or FVG is formed there. It is very important to get some profit before price hit that area. Now here we come to the area which also forced you to watch this video, FVG or order blocks. Which exactly is my personal choice, which I will also recommend to you all. I would personally prefer order blocks rather than fair value gap for multiple reasons. The chart you are witnessing on your screen is actually of Euro-USD pair on 1 hour time frame. This impulsive move broke this level, indicating a strong bearish momentum with further potential of continuing its downward momentum. Now there are 2 FVGs which are genuinely created by this move. Now we will mark those candles which are responsible for this gap known as order blocks. These zones do act as supply areas which creates definite selling opportunity. Now it is very late to take a short position here due to this impulsive move. However, typical trading psychology says that we should wait for pullback so that we should get a better price will good risk reward ratio. However, most importantly, our stop loss should be placed above this candle in order to avoid any market fluctuations regardless of our entry in the market. Now, our first priority to look for is the close of this candle, because even if there is a reversal in the market, we can still expect the price to reach this level one more time. If we apply our retracement tool, then we will come to know that only this FVG is present in premium area, while we are only interested in selling in discount zone. So let's ignore lower FVGs. So guys, I hope you got some real value from this breakdown of FVG versus order blocks. If you did, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We dive deep into smart money concepts and advanced trading strategies every week. Catch you in the next one.